welcome to the latest edition of the Awesome Sauce EDU podcast, where I am shining the spotlight on awesome things from the classroom. I'm your host, Josh Stock, and in this podcast, I just share some great things that I'm hearing about in the classroom. It's been a while since I've recorded an episode, and I just wanted to fill you in kind of what's going on in my world. I know there were some things that I said I was going to do that I haven't followed through on yet. I still plan to continue the podcast and to continue to post episodes. I have a lot of great episodes in the works in connection with an ed camp we did last spring. I have a lot of great audio content that I definitely want to push out there. But I just wanted to take some time tonight and just kind of fill you in on what's going on in my world. As many of you know, I've recorded previous episodes of the podcast about this. I did a TED Talk about it, but I struggled in high school. I wasn't a big fan of high school. I struggled with finding my voice, with connecting with people, and I struggled with depression in high school. And when I hit college, I kind of had it figured out. I figured out how to find that balance in my life. I figured out how to find joy in the small things, and things have been going great since college. Since I kind of figured out how to connect with people, I found a group of people who support me and love me and encourage me. But this year has been rough. It's been rough for all of us, and I'm actually blessed to be in a much better situation than a lot of people. My whole family has stayed healthy. I kept my job. I was in a teaching situation that was that worked out well for me. I didn't have some of the struggles that a lot of people have faced, but it still kind of weighed on me. And I got to the end of the school year and seemed like everything was going fine. And then it just slowly started getting harder and harder I felt like things were bumming me out a lot more than normal. And, I've had phases where, things bum me out and I'm able to pull myself out of it and turn things around. But it got to the point where I just couldn't pull myself out of it. And my amazing wife noticed that, I was struggling. And finally she was like, you know what, let's go to the doctor, because something's not right. We need to go get this figured out. And I'm so glad she did. I just want to preface this by saying that I don't think medicine is the only answer. I definitely don't. I know there are a lot of great resources, and please don't take that away from this, that I'm saying that everybody needs to get medicated and that sort of thing. But what I will say is when I talked to my doctor, we decided that a medicine for anxiety and depression would be a good fit for me. And it was. And since then, I've been taking a medication. It's helped balance me out a little bit. It's helped me, I feel just more balance and calm in my emotions. And that's what I needed. But that's not the point of this episode. The point is, there are a lot of people right now that are not okay. There are a lot of people, a lot of kids, a lot of teachers, a lot of your colleagues, a lot of administrators. There are a lot of people that are not okay right now. There have been so many things thrown at us this year. And the interesting thing was, when I started telling people, hey, you know what, this is what's going on, I would make jokes about, hey, this is the medication that I'm taking. And it was like I opened the door. It was like I was invited into some sort of club, because as soon as I started broaching the subject with people started telling me, oh, you know what, I'm on this medication, or you know what, I'm seeing this therapist and this has really helped me, or this dieting strategy has helped me, or this forms of exercise or yoga, or all these different things have helped different people out. And as soon as I started inviting people in and having these conversations, people opened up. And it blew me away how many people were struggling with the same things I struggled with. And I don't think we talk about it enough. I don't think we invite people in and say, hey, this is my struggle. This is where I need help, or even reaching out. I had a conversation recently just talking about SEL lessons with my wife, because she's working on some SEL lessons for her students. And we were talking about how kids don't always have the words to say what is going on with them. Adults too. We don't know how to say, I need help, or we don't know how to say, hey, this is what's going on. And the more I'm able to identify okay, this is why I'm upset, or this is what is bothering me, or hey, I'm really bothered right now, or I'm really upset right now, and I don't know why. And be able to identify that is a tool that everybody needs. So, long story short, I'm in a much better place right now. But I think it's important that everybody is welcome to, or just acknowledging, hey, there are some people who are not okay right now. And it's okay if you're one of those people that are like, you know what? Yeah, this year was rough and I am really struggling right now. Reach out to people that you in your circle. Reach out to me if you want, and I can help try to direct you to resources. But or if you have questions about kind of my journey, that's fine. But reach out to people, invite them in. You'll be shocked at how many people have similar struggles and are going through the same battles you're going through right now. It's I don't know. It's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to acknowledge that you're not okay right now. I think that's the biggest thing. Too many people feel like there's still a stigma of mental health, and if I talk about it, then I'm admitting defeat, or if I talk about it, then people are going to look down on me. And I was surprised at how many people invited me in and said, "Hey, you know what? I know exactly what you're talking about." So that is all I've got for this episode. Like I said, and part of my journey through all this has been to acknowledge that, I love this podcast. I love being able to share these things. But if it's a choice between my mental health and getting podcast episodes out, I took a break. I took a 15-day vacation, which was an adventure in and of itself. I should do an episode on that. 15-day road trip, 94 hours in the car, 4,400 miles to California and back and down through Texas. But I took some time away. And you know what? I wish I could say I'm going to be consistent on the podcast, but I can't make that promise right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do my best to try to get a bunch of episodes finished up for this upcoming school year and get those scheduled to come out. But I'll be honest, I'm going to try my best. That's all I got. And that's okay. And that's kind of the place that I'm at right now, is that it's okay. Do the best you can. I'm going to do the best I can. Continue to try to provide content for you. That is all I've got. Until next time, I hope you have a great rest of your summer. Do something that's relaxing. Do something that brings you joy. Find joy in the small things. I had a Nerf gun battle with my son yesterday morning, and he said it was the greatest thing ever. And then we battled pretend zombies. It's those little things, those little moments that we think we need these big, huge, epic days that are going to be spectacular and memorable, and those are great, but don't miss those little moments that you get. Don't take them for granted. So that's all I've got. I hope if there's anything I can do to help support you, or offer you any words of encouragement or anything else, please reach out to me. You can find me on Twitter. That's the best place to get a hold of me, is at teachlikeaninja on Twitter. You can also email me, teachlikeaninja@gmail.com, or you can please subscribe on Spreaker. You can find me on any of your iTunes platforms. I've had some issues with iTunes lately. My podcasting app on my phone has not been doing well, so I've switched over to Google Podcast, just trying that out, and it seems to work well. But anyway, that's a whole nother story, off on another tangent. So that is all I've got. I hope you have a fantastic week, fantastic month, fantastic coming school year. The next time, book forward and be awesome. Bye, everyone.